Welcome everyone. Thank you so much for being here and joining us in this important journey. It's a real pleasure to welcome you to Unit 4.1 Introduction to Responsible Consumption, part of the Sustain-TEX MOOC, Consumer Awareness and Engagement. In this first module, we'll explore how our daily choices as consumers deeply influence the textile industry, from how products are made, to the working conditions of those behind them, and their environmental impact. We'll talk about what it really means to be a responsible consumer, and how we can move beyond fast fashion and low prices to support quality, sustainability, and fairness. We're going to dive into new trends, challenges, and real opportunities to make a difference, not just by changing what we buy, but by understanding the story behind every product. So welcome again. We hope this module inspires new awareness and gives you the tools to become an active part of a more sustainable future. Let's get started. Before we dive in, let me quickly walk you through the learning objectives of this module, so you know exactly what to expect and what you'll take away. First, we'll focus on understanding the impact of consumer choices. This means exploring how something as simple as buying a t-shirt can affect much more than we think, from the environment to labor rights to ethical standards in the textile industry. Second, we'll learn to identify key sustainability and ethical standards. We want you to recognize which consumer behaviors and company practices truly support responsible production, and which ones don't. You'll discover what sustainable really means in today's fashion landscape. And third, we'll help you develop conscious consumer habits. This is all about giving you practical tools and strategies to make more informed, intentional choices when you shop, choices that reflect your values and contribute to a fairer, cleaner, and more sustainable textile economy. Fostering a culture of responsible consumption isn't easy. It means rethinking many of our everyday habits. Instead of always looking for the cheapest option, we're challenged to start prioritizing what really matters: people's well-being and the health of our planet. Fostering a culture of responsible consumption isn't easy. It means rethinking many of our everyday habits. Instead of always looking for the cheapest option, we're challenged to start prioritizing what really matters: people's well-being and the health of our planet. In this context, responsible consumption means looking beyond just the price or appearance of a product. It's about putting ethics, people, and the planet first. That means valuing things like fair treatment of workers, human rights, and environmental protection, just as much, if not more, than the product itself. Now, when we talk about the textile industry, things get even more real. The fast fashion boom has created a race to the bottom. Brands are cutting costs in every way possible. But the price we pay isn't just at the checkout. It's lower product quality, more pollution, poor working conditions, and massive waste. We're losing traditional skills, creativity, and even our sense of value for well-made things. So part of this module is about reconnecting with those deeper values, appreciating craftsmanship, caring about how and by whom things are made, and realizing that what we choose to buy shapes the world around us. So, what can responsible consumers actually do? First, they try to extend the life of the products they buy by repairing, reusing, or simply taking better care of them. Second, they think ahead to the end of life of what they own, making sure things are recycled, donated, or disposed of in a sustainable way. And third, they care about more than just the product itself. They look at the story behind it, who made it, how it was made, and they expect transparency from brands. It's about making smarter, more conscious choices that reflect your values, not just your shopping list. And on the production and market side, what should we be looking out for? First, manufacturers that are actively reducing emissions and using renewable energy in their processes. Then, those investing in the recycling of raw materials and yarns, giving new life to waste. As consumers, choosing to buy secondhand or vintage is a great way to reduce our footprint. And finally, being willing to invest in low-impact garments, even if they cost a bit more, or choosing versatile, all-season clothing that lasts longer and serves multiple uses. In short, it's about supporting a system that respects the planet, the people, and your wardrobe. As more people become aware of the impact of their choices, we're seeing a real shift. Consumers are actively looking for sustainable, eco-friendly clothing and moving away from fast fashion. And brands are responding. The ones that are embracing responsible practices, like using recycled materials, lowering their carbon footprint, and truly caring for their workers, are gaining more and more support. Sustainability isn't just a trend anymore, it's becoming a real driver of consumer trust and brand loyalty. One big trend we see on social media is the rise of so-called haul videos, where influencers unbox and show off huge amounts of clothing, either bought or gifted by brands. It's become a powerful way to drive visibility and engagement, especially among younger audiences. But what really makes the difference is who the brand chooses to partner with. The most successful companies are teaming up with influencers whose values match their own, especially when it comes to sustainability, ethics, and conscious consumption. It's not just about visibility anymore, it's about credibility and shared purpose. Another exciting trend is the growing popularity of secondhand clothing. More and more people are turning to vintage and pre-loved fashion, not just because it's a more sustainable alternative to fast fashion, but also because they're looking for something unique, pieces that tell a story and stand out from the crowd. It's a shift that combines style, sustainability, and individuality, and it's reshaping the way we think about fashion. Another trend that's gaining momentum is the growing support for local and independent brands. People are drawn to these businesses because their products are often more unique, better crafted, and stand out compared to mass-produced items. But it's not just about originality. This shift also shows a deeper awareness of how buying local can positively impact local economies, support artisans, and promote more ethical production models. It's fashion with a purpose. Thanks so much for your attention. We hope this lesson has given you some useful insights and inspiration. We'll see you in the next one. Looking forward to continuing this journey together.